Guys, I got a new reel and I'm gonna open it with you. Guys, it kind of feels like Christmas. I got this new reel and it's arguably the hottest reel of 2025. So I want to open it with you. It is a Lews Custom Pro. You know the one, the gold one. I hope it's gold and not burnt orange. Texas, no go. But it's got that Paramag IBT. So there's a custom and a custom pro, and they're $100 difference. And from everybody I've talked to, you gotta go for the money, $100 more. You gotta go with the IBT. Just Paramag is not gonna do what you think it's gonna do. So let's get in to this reel. I'm gonna open it right now for the first time with you. All right, let's get into this bad boy right here. See what we got cooking. Ooh. Not that fancy of a box. Come on, man. I got the 8.3, as you guys can see. Man, that's pretty basic in there. Whew. It is, I think it is gold. Gold or orange. Looks gold. Small. Oh, the handle is close. That's interesting. It's not very wide, as you guys can see from my other ones. My staple, that's my staple, guys, that I love, this Quantum. See, it's like, it's not that much smaller, but I think it is. Yeah, if you go from there to there. It's hard to line it up perfectly. Handle's a little smaller because it's a small, this is like, I think a 34 millimeter. This is a 30 millimeter, really small. Like, look at that. And I've got relatively big hands, so that was one concerning thing. I've got, you know, large hands. They're not oversized, but that handle is really small compared to what I'm used to. Now, it's not any smaller than what we used to get, I'm guessing. Your dials over here. This couple concerned, and that's one that I was thinking, and I'll have to see how it is on the reel, but the way this handle is on my, and I can't do it here, but on the reel, on the rod, I can engage this. So when I'm flipping, I don't know, based off how this is, if I'm going to be able to engage it left-handed with my thumb. It's seeming okay though, so far so good. Here's your dial setup. So a couple of the concerns I've had with this is, one, the size. I've owned Quantums, I like Quantums, and for the most part, for all the part, they are 180 yards of 12. This is 90 yards of 12. So the short spool, which is becoming, I mean, the mainstream now. But how much line am I going to have to put on that? How much backing? Because I know exactly how much backing and how much fluorocarbon I want to go with these, but not necessarily with this. And if it casts further, that's not a lot of space. So I might have to go straight, but 90 yards is 270 feet, which you figure about 100 to 150 feet for a cast, and that might be a little modest. So it technically you should be able to put about half backing and a half, but that doesn't look like much space, as you guys can see from there to there. And I'll have to measure it because I know based off of this how much I want to do measuring it. The other concern is this is an 8:3 to 1. And I waited. I had to wait a long time to get this reel in that speed. They had the 7.5 and they had the 6.8. But this in the 8.3 is only 31 yards, 31 inches per turn. This one in my 8 speed is 36. The 7 3-to-1 in this is like 32 inches. So this is lower than my 7 series because it has less line. But it also even has a smaller handle, so that's interesting. Even with the smaller handle, which you should get more turns, quicker turns. You'll get quicker turns because that bigger handle kind of slows that turn a little bit. But the 6.8 in this is only 25 inches per turn. My Quantum Smoke S3s, the 6 series 6.1-to-1 is 27, and this is 25. So you got to be cognizant of that. So the high speed reel is only 31 inches. It's less. It's 1 inch less than my 7 series in this, and it's what, 5 inches less than my high speed. So that was concerned for me, just because I'm used to the heavier line. I'm used to having a lot of line, and as this line goes down in the spool as you cast, that power, or that retrieval inches will decrease. So it's at full spool, it's at the highest it's gonna be as far as inches per turn. So, and it's light. It's like 5.6 ounces. And this, my Quantums are like, I think they're 6.5. So they're still light, but you can tell this is a lot lighter. Size, a lot smaller, as you can see. But I like weight because it offsets some of these rods if they're heavy in the tip. I mean, you need that weight to help balance them. So if you don't have a lot of weight down there, it might not balance them as well. But it's pretty. It's pretty sweet, as far as I can see here. Looks nice. But we'll see. That's my concern. So after I get out it, I want to fish light Texas rigs with it, and I want to flip with it with braid when I'm flipping. So braid, it holds 90 yards of 50-pound braid. So half of this, but I mean, you don't use the line, it's what I'm used to. And then as you cast and that line goes out and this shrinks down on here, it affects the way your thumb is. So I don't have issues with backlashing, but I don't throw a lot of funky lures. So we'll see if this is something I want to use for flipping, or if it becomes kind of a finesse bait reel. And I really wanted to use it for flipping. So here's the rod I got to match it. I already had it kind of waiting, hadn't used. It's my favorite rod. It's a Rush 7.3 heavy. Got gold accents on it already, so you know you got to keep it smooth. But I love this rod because it's light, it's stiff, but it's got a good tip, and it's stiff. But when you cast and set the hook, it's got a lot of bend in it. But I don't like anything on this rod over a half an ounce, or half an ounce. Flipping half an ounce is a little touchy. Chatterbait, swim jig, stuff like that, half an ounce is fine. You feel the weight of the lure. Okay. I have to slide it down a little bit. That was a concern. Okay. Man, it's small. gosh, it's small. Now I can't just do that. See, and then you're gonna get a half. Okay, as long as I can do that. But yeah, it's small, because I usually hold my reels like this. And with this size, I'm actually wanting to hold it like this, which may be good. We'll have to play with all this, and you guys let me know in the comments if you want me to go into a deeper dive later. It's not super fluid, but we'll see. And like I said, it kind of, the lower weight here makes this rod, it's still pretty balanced. And I got those tags on there. So, but it's different. It's gonna be different to, hopefully, because when I'm flipping, I might flip here, but most of the time I'm keeping it in my left hand and flipping like that. A lot of these newer buttons, and you got to be cognizant. I went into Bass Pro, and really the Corrado, the cheaper version, was the best one. Most of the other ones, they just it's really hard to do that. You pretty much have to take your thumb off and do that, and I don't really want to do that. So, and then we'll see with the line how that affects me. I was saying with my quantums, smoke, love this reel, guys. I just love it. This is the KVD version, so the handles aren't as good, but as you can see, like, no issue. I don't have to even move my thumb down very much. I don't move it at all. I just kind of lift my thumb up and I'm engaging it based off it's based off of where it sits on it. This scared me because it looked like Bass Pro. And you can't do their carbon lights. So hit me up in the comments. Tell me if you like it. Tell me if you've got one. Tell me if you've used it. Is it the most overhyped reel of the year? I don't know. We're about to find out. Like I said, see, I mean, all I got to do is that, and I can. So I may not be flipping with this reel. We'll see. But Annie Montgomery's flipping with it. And the custom non-pro, see, and you get into that. See, look how much I'm having to rock back. And that's holding it like that. I don't know how I'm going to end up holding it. Well, I hold it like this, because you really don't want to have to move your thumb back. I mean, these guys do, because they get whoever will give them stuff. But so we'll see. I'll have to go out and play with it. I'm probably going to put fluorocarbon on it, work it offshore, and go from there. And maybe topwater reel, might be a jerkbait reel. I hope not. And I might just flip and just not flip left-handed. But yeah, I don't like that. And when you're out there, you don't want to be dealing with a lot of monkey business. So tell me what you guys think. Like I said, so full discretion. You guys know I'm a budget-friendly guy. I get these reel rods, and this favorite rod I do like. If you watch Scott Martin, I know that's a mood point these days, but he pretty much uses this for everything. And around Christmas, you can get them half off. It's a $250 rod that you can get for like $125, I think it is. So I have multiples of these. I wish they'd make a 7.6, but you know, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with favorite right now. So, in reels, obviously Quantum, not around anymore. they're going saltwater. They're bringing back the Quantum name for saltwater, but that's been my go-to reel forever. First reel I ever bought was a Daiwa, and it was garbage. And this was when I was a kid, first spate caster. And then I bought a Quantum. It was great, and I just kind of went from there. And KVD, obviously. But I knew I'm going to have to transition into a brand other than Quantum. So Lews sent me some money. So this reel only cost me half price. It only cost me $160. They were $279, and then they went up to $299. So it's not a cheap reel. I tend to stay at $200 or less. But I said, you know what? I got the money. Let's use it. My second option, and I asked you guys told me, and I reached out to some people. Everybody had a different opinion on what their favorite Lews reel was. But I liked the Tournament Pro, and it was $220. I had to use the money on the Lews site, so I couldn't get it on sale anywhere else. And Bass Pro was about $20 cheaper on most of the reels, but now I've noticed they've gone up in price on these too. But it's pretty sweet. Pretty sweet on that rod, as you guys can see, with the gold accents. But that Tournament Pro would have looked sweet too. But we'll see. Is it all hype? I mean, that's small, but I usually don't. When you hold it, when you palm them like that, you tend to use more of your wrist. If you have it under here, you can kind of tighten your wrist and straighten it. So I don't usually like holding it like that. And I can do it with my Quantums too, which this is, I mean, feels a lot bigger now. But we'll see, because you're breaking your wrist a little bit. You put your finger, I don't know if you guys can even see that. If you hold it like that, you can keep your wrist kind of solid. And if you're like this, not so much. So we'll see. But it looks pretty sweet. We'll see. Is the hype all it's supposed to be? Like I said, I don't have issues backlashing unless I'm just opening it way up and I got wind and stuff like that. And you can always, I mean, those Quantum smokes, I can get it to where I'm not going to backlash. But in a lot of times, you're actually getting as much, if not more, distance. But when you have it super loose, you kind of, it's flying off. You kind of feel like you're getting more distance, but you're not actually getting more distance. But cool, real, the handle. But like I said, the size of the line, the amount of line was the big concern. The speed of the reel. I mean, this is the 8-3-1, and it's only 31 inches retrieve. My 7 series in my Quantum is 32 inches per handle turn, but it's got a bigger handle. So you're got to go all the way around to get that, where here you're a little bit closer. So that probably is going to offset some of that. The smaller reels, it slows you down when you got these bigger reels, even though it's more comfortable. And then just the line, I don't know, like as of now, I just don't know. Do I need to fill this up? Is it going to cast a lot further than what I'm used to? So I'm going to empty this spool out. Theoretically, 270 feet of line on this reel. I should be able to fill it halfway, but we'll see. I don't know. If you know and you've used it, let me know. Hit me up in the comments. Do you guys like this reel? Is it worth $300? If I didn't have the money, if I didn't have 160 and Lews money, I probably wouldn't have bought it. But I figured let's get it now, because there's a good chance I'm not going to spend $300 again. I probably would buy the Tournament Pros at $219, I think they are. If I love this, I will spend $300 and we'll get more. But we'll see. We'll go from there. Tell me what you think of this reel. Tell me what you think of this setup. And we will see you next time on BMAS Fishing. We out.